Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Assassination Classroom, episode 13. In last episode, there was a baseball match between Class 3E and I guess the main team of the school. And we won, even though the principal that came in was trying to mess things up, but no, it didn't work out. So yeah, that's what happened last episode. Before we get into this one, if you guys have a reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And I'll start this episode, and here we go.
Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review.
It's been 4 months. Nice. Yes, there is. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it wasn't him that was suspect. But is it long enough? Oh. Oh. So he's not afraid of him? Uh-huh. Nuh-uh. I doubt it. Who be you? Special forces. It's the first time that I actually try to read Talent Time. I try to read like the. So him, of course, I say, well. Oh, he's pissed off of it. I thought he was pissed off, but he's eating something. Okay. Wait. Training all the time? And it was he. That, okay. How is that affection? It's only fear. Does he have like an inferior complex? Okay. Are you kidding me? It's right. It's right. Nagisa. Nagisa. No way. Because you're serpent. Like, I don't know. He knows. I'm still afraid over here for him, but like, I know he'll do it. Has he ever stabbed someone before? No, it's not gonna drain. It's not gonna drain because this guy has been wanting to let his bloodlust loose. Okay then. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What the frick? He's eating the knife? Karasuma? What the acknowledged? I don't know. See, I was waiting for that. Because he needed to be the one. He needed to be the one to knock him out. What the frick is he doing here? I thought he was gonna try to beat him. eat with them. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, Nagisa. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this episode, man. Like, I love this so much. Like, okay, they were having this training session or whatever, and then Karasuma was talking about, you know, what each student was good at, like talking, about them and their abilities when it came to assassination. And during the training, he felt this sort of like phonic like presence or whatever, and then he just turned around and pushed this person away. Turned out to be Nagisa. So I'm like, okay. He's like, okay, did I feel that presence? Was that presence, in my imagination or something like that? I'm like, it's Nagisa, because in the very first episode, I think it was the first episode, Nagisa was like, yeah, I think it was that first episode, and he was being used as like a suicide bomber or something or other. And then Sensei was angry at him, and after he did his lesson, Nagisa was like, so I can let my bloodlust loose on him or something or other. I don't know, like he gave himself permission. And then this episode, you see the snake-like presence that he has. And there's this teacher just showed up, and they were like, okay, he's gonna be replacing Karasuma for a bit. I thought he was just there just to like take off a little of Karasuma's load off of him. I didn't think he was there to basically take over the whole PE class. And he came in with all these sweets, and people were like, happy and eating with him, and he was smiling and all that. I'm like, okay, he seems like a nice dude. And then Karasuma was in his classroom or whatever, and he was looking through this guy's file, I guess, and then the first thing you see is him with his hands on these other people, and they were smiling and everything. And then the next image, you see them bound, you see the back who are like hurt, like he whipped them or something. And I'm like, oh heck no, this guy is bad news. And then when it was actually time for class, and he gave them their how do you say in English? Like what they were going to be doing, and it was like all training. And I still don't know all their names, even though they've been saying it. Like it's a lot of students. So one of them, the guy with the orange hair or something, he stood up and he's like, "This is too much. We need time to do this and do this and do this." And he punched the guy in the gut. I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And then what's her name again? Let me see. Okuda, I think is that her name? I don't know. One of the girls also like stood up and was like, they want Karasuma Sensei back. And then he slapped her. Karasuma just like got out and try to, tell him that what he's doing is wrong. But this guy's like, he doesn't care. This is his class and whatever. And then he was gonna do something else. And then that's when Karasuma Kuro Sensei just also showed up, like he was angry. But then because the guy didn't actually sort of like, is his teaching method, and the guy didn't actually do anything to Kuro Sensei didn't like stop anything, he just let it go. even though he wasn't okay with it. And then he just told Karasuma, since this is the PE class and he also teaches the PE class, then it has to be him that puts a stop to that. And the guy was like, him and Karasuma were like in training together or something or other. He was the best of the class and he didn't particularly care about what he was doing in the background. So now he was gonna come here and prove that his teaching method is the best. And then when he develops whoever is gonna be able to kill Kuro Sensei, then he's gonna be recognized as the ruler. I'm like, do you think Karasuma cares about all that? I'm like, boy, I don't know where his complex comes from, but go away. And then Karasuma was like, okay, like he's gonna try to stop it. And then the guy's like, he's gonna pick out one student and they were gonna try to kill him. And he gave this person like a real knife. I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy is crazy. He gave the student a real knife and he was like, he was going to be barehanded, and if the student wins then he's going to leave, but if the student loses then Karasuma's not going to be saying anything about his teaching methods anymore. I'm like, okay, so Karasuma's like, okay, who am I going to choose? My mind always better went to Nagisa, okay, just because of that serpent like feeling that he had at the beginning. But then I also thought about Karma, but then Karma is like nowhere to be found. Because then, like, ever since this teacher showed up, he hasn't been taking his classes, so he left. And it was Nagisa that was there. I knew he was gonna be Nagisa. I knew even if Karma was there, I knew he was gonna choose Nagisa, just because he didn't feel the feeling that he felt when he was fighting against Karma. It was Nagisa that evoked that feeling in him. So he chose him. And oh my boy. He's like, I don't need to fight him or something. I just need to kill him. And I'm like, okay. And he just walked in there like nonchalant with a smile on his face, like nothing. Got close to him, but then like blood turn around and I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, there was a point even before he did that, when the teacher was talking about how since he's never killed anyone, he's gonna be afraid or something or other. And I'm like, I knew Nagisa was not gonna have that kind of emotional stuff on his face when that this guy was talking about. So in my mind I'm like, did Nagisa actually kill somebody before or like stab somebody before? But no, since just because I don't know, since the first episode when he said that now he can give into his bloodlust or something or other. So I'm like, okay, has this guy been having bloodlust all this time and I didn't know about it? So when this guy mentioned the fact that he was gonna be this is gonna be like the first time he's stabbing somebody, he's trying to kill like a real human being, and I'm like, maybe Nagisa has tried to kill somebody before, and that's why when he said that even his family doesn't like look him in the eye or something or other, maybe that's why his family turned their back on him or something. But the fact that he mentioned like he didn't know how a real knife would feel in his hand or something or other, I'm like, okay, he didn't actually like try to kill him, but he with a knife before. But he put the fear of God in this dude, man. And the guy couldn't believe it. He was like, I need a rematch or something or other. And I thought Karasuma Sensei was gonna step in. But he didn't. Well, Kuro Sensei stopped him. And Nagisa just like, if we were to fight, I know you will win. But like, this was about who we want as a teacher, and I won, and we want Karasuma Sensei back, so you just need to leave. And the guy was about to get even more fired up, and I was like, Karasuma just like and Karasuma was like he was gonna go to the Ministry of Defense, right? Because that's where that dude came from, both of them, Special Forces. It's like he was gonna go there and then just like petition for him to be reinstated basically as a PE. And that's when the principal showed up. I'm like, what is this guy gonna do? And for once in his life, he did something right. It's like to the other guy that does his letter of resident of like basically he was being fired and he like stuffed it in his mouth. And he's like his method of governing the school is through fear, but he doesn't do it through violence. And he feels like this guy wanting to instill fear in these students through violence is like he's the lowest of the low. So he's like, okay, like go away. I'm like, okay, I guess like that's the one thing that he did in this whole anime so far that I'm like I agree with, because that teacher right here needs to bounce, and he bounced when he was the principal was leaving, and the teacher was like with the bag in his hand, and about to run up the stairs. I thought for a second that he was gonna attack the principal from behind, and the principal was going to display some kind of martial arts and kick him, and that would have showed that this principal is also somebody that you don't mess with, even though I knew you don't mess with him, but that was just basically like mentally, him instilling fear in the students and all that. But this would be like, don't mess with him physically either, because he knows how to fight. But that didn't happen. The guy just like went up the stairs and left. I love this episode. Loved it. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see the next episode right now, you can do so by checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/academy, and you can also see the full length of this reaction there as well. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.